Testing, testing. 1 2 1 2. Most High in Christ, Most High in Christ. Shalom. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat, thumb to all the brothers. Yahweh Hashem, all the thumb, Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat, all the sisters. So Isupk, Durham, North Carolina, Sabbath service. Preaching Officer Mahaya with me, assistant conducting his officer, Yanazar. You understand? So we're going to get straight into it, man. So, brother, if you could. So Amadium, just need to stand. Wapaniyak Wadam. It means rise and face the east. We'll start off with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew.
Abanawa,
Abanawa,
Shabbat Shemayim,
Shabbat Shemayim,
Kodash,
Kodash,
Haya,
Haya,
Shemka,
Shemka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Malakwaka,
Malakwaka,
Taba'a,
Taba'a,
Ratazayaka,
Zayaka,
Haya,
Haya,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Ba'arataza,
Barataza,
Kawa,
Kawa,
Haya,
Haya,
Bashamayim,
Bashamayim,
Nathan Lanawa,
Lathandanawa,
Lakam,
Lakam,
Cow,
Cow,
Yawum,
Yawum,
Wasalak Nawa,
Wasalak Nawa,
Kabawath Nawa,
Kabawath Nawa,
Kasalak Nawa,
Kasalak Nawa,
Kabawath Yanawa,
Kabawath Yanawa,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Tabi'aya Nawa,
Tabi'ai Nawa,
Banasaya 1,
Vanasaya 1,
Abol,
Abol,
Hawashaya Nawa,
Abashai Nawa,
Mayan,
Mayan,
Rai,
Rai,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Laka,
Laka,
Hamalakwith,
Hamalakwa,
Waha'ala,
Waha'ala,
Wahaparith,
Wahatapara,
La'aiwalumium,
Iwalunium,
Aman.
Aman. In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
Pray for the Hakak, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Bahashem Yahweh Shah.
Babakashah.
Babakashah.
Nathan Lenawa.
Lathandanawa.
Hakak.
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 La Para'ah.
La Pa'a.
Kal Makala.
Kal Makala.
Wakal Madawa.
Kal Madawa.
Hakak.
Hakak.
La Tahar.
La Tahar.
Ha Matazarayam.
Hamatazarayim.
Hakak.
Hakak.
La Hakwim.
La Hakwim.
Hamathium.
Hamathium.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Al-Rarakawaf.
Arakawah.
Hatama'ala.
Hatama'ala.
Lagarashan.
Lagarashan.
Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Bahashem Yahweh Shah.
The Wada Aman.
The Wada Aman. In the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shah. Please give us the power. The power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shah. Thank you. So be it.
So be it. Pray for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Why Yahweh Shai.
Why Yahweh Shah.
Why Mayaka Allah.
Why Mayaka Allah.
Why Alahayim.
Why Alahayim.
Matazabaya.
Tazabia.
Alawap Yahana.
Alawap Yahana.
Alawapium.
Alawapium.
Asaranyam.
Asaranyam.
Hakatazayanyam.
Hakatazayanyam.
Hakoya Yoyum.
Hakoya Yoyum.
Wahakwatian.
Wahakwatian.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Bahashem Yahweh Shah.
The Wada Aman.
The Wada Aman. In English, bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shah. And Michael. And the angels. Commanding General Yahana. The generals. The captains. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shah. Thank you. So be it.
So be it. The 121st Psalm in Hebrew. Aisha'ah.
Aisha.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Ahaharium.
Al-Haharium.
Ma'ayan.
Mayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Isaiah.
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 Ma'aim.
Ma'aim.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shemayam.
Shemayam.
Wa'arataza.
Wa'arataza.
Aliyatan.
Aliyatan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regalka.
Wagolka.
Alyanawam.
Alyanawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Anala'ah.
Anala'ah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamar.
Shamar.
Yasha Allah.
Yasha Allah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Tazalka.
Aliyad.
Aliyad.
Yamyaka.
Yamyaka.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
La'a.
La'a.
Yakaka.
Yakaka.
Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Balayallah.
Balayallah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamarka.
Kalrai.
Kalrai.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Apnapashka.
Apnapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Tazaatka.
Taza'aka.
Wabawa'atka.
Wabawa'aka.
Mayatha.
Mayatha.
Wa'aid Iwalam.
Wa'aid Abalam. In English, I will lift mine eyes into the
I
hills,
will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
from which cometh my help.
From which cometh my help.
My help cometh from the Lord,
My help cometh from the Lord.
which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade
The Lord is thy shade
upon thy right hand.
upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all
The
evil.
Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy
He
soul.
shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in,
and thy coming in
from this time forth,
from this time forth
and even forevermore.
even forevermore. 83rd Psalm in Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al-Dami Alaka.
Al-Damialaka.
Al-Bakarash.
Al-Pakarash.
Al-Ashakwat.
Al-Tashakwat.
Al.
Al.
Kayahana.
Yahana.
Awayabyaka.
Awayabyaka.
Yahaman.
Yahama.
Yahawan. Yawan.
Ya-
Salaki.
Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al-Aimaka.
Al-Imaka.
Yaira Yamwa.
Yara Yamwa.
Sawada.
Sawada.
Wayata.
Wayata.
Yaitazawa.
Yaitazawa.
Al-Tazapawanyaka.
Al-Tazapawanyaka.
Amarwa.
Amarawa.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakakidam.
Wanakakidam.
Magoya.
Magolia.
Wala'a.
Wala.
Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Sham Yasha'ala.
Sham Yashala.
Iwada.
Iwada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawaitazawa.
Nawaitazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakhadwa.
Yakadwa.
Al-Yaka.
Al-Yaka.
Barayath.
Barayath.
Yakarathwa.
Yakarathwa.
Aholia.
Aholia.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Wayashamai.
Yashamai.
Alayam.
Alayam.
Mawa'aba.
Awa'aba.
Wahagariam.
Wahagorium.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa I'm a one.
I'm a one.
Wa I'm a lot.
I'm a lot.
Palashap.
Palashap.
I'm Yeshabia.
I'm Yeshabia.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gam Ashawar.
Gam Ashawar.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Imam.
Imam.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Zerawai.
Zarawai.
Labanya Lawat.
Labanya Lawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aishalaham.
Aishalaham.
Kamadian.
Kamadian.
Kasaya.
Kasaya.
Sara'ah.
Sara'ah.
Kayabian.
Kayabian.
Vanachal.
Wanakal.
Kwayashwan.
Kwayashwan.
Nashamadwa.
Nashamadwa.
Ba'ayan.
Bayan.
Da'ara.
Dara.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
La'adama.
Ladama.
Sayatamwa.
Sayatamwa.
Nada.
Nada.
Yabmawa.
Yabmawa.
Ka'arab.
Ka'arab.
Wakazaba.
Wakazabak.
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 Wakatazal.
Wakatazol.
Mana'ai.
Mana'ai.
Kal Nasaya Kamwa.
Kal Nasai Kamwa.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Nayarasha.
Nayarasha.
Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Ath.
Ath.
Na'awath.
Na'awath.
Alahayam.
Alahayam.
Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Shayatamwa.
Sayatamwa.
Kagogala.
Kagogala.
Kakwash.
Kakwash.
Lapanya Raraha.
Lapanya Rabaka.
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash.
Tabia Ira.
Taba Yaira.
Ya'ira.
Yaira.
Wakalahaba.
Kalahaba.
Talahat.
Talahat.
Harayam.
Harayam.
Khan.
Khan.
Daradapma.
Daradapma.
Basa Iraka.
Basa Iraka.
Wabasa.
Wabasa.
Wapathka.
Wapathka.
Tabahalam.
Tabahalam.
Mala'ah.
Mala'ah.
Panyaham.
Panyaham.
Kwalawan.
Kwalawan.
Wayabakwashwa.
Wayabakwashwa.
Shimka.
Shimka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yabashwa.
Yabashwa.
Wayabaholwa.
Wayabaholwa.
Aijai.
Ayai.
Wayakaparwa.
Wayakaparwa.
Wayabadwa.
Wayabadwa.
Wayadayawa.
Wayadayawa.
Kayata.
Wayata.
Shimka.
Shimka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Labadka.
Labadka.
Aliyawan.
Al-Yawan.
Al-Kalha Arataza.
Al-Kaharataza. In the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace. And be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kisan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zeeb. Yea, all their princes, as Abba and as Almuna, who said, let us take to ourselves the house of Yahweh in possession. Oh, my power, make them like a wheel, as a stubble before the wind, as a fire burneth a wood, and as a flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and trouble forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth. Shalom. Let's get right back into it. Pick up where we left off. We was at 25, 30. All right. With the book of Exodus, chapter 25 and verse 30. You understand? For those who like to tag along, you can go to blueletterbible.org on your phone. All right. Type in Exodus chapter 25. Scroll down to verse 30. You press that blue button on the side that says tools, right? And it'll pull up the Assyrian Hebrew for you. So you'll be able to read along, right? So you understand, whenever you're ready, let's get it.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 25 and verse 30 in Hebrew. Wanathath al hasha lakun lakam panyam la panya famayad. Verse 31. Wa Aishiath Manarath Zahab Tahawar Makwasha the Aisha Hamana Wara Haman Wara Yaraka Wakwana Gabia Aya Kapavaraya Waparakia Mamana Wahayawa. Verse 32. Washasha Konyam Yataza Ayam Matazadia Shalasha Konya Manara Mataza Da Matazada Ha'akad Washalasha Konya Manara Matazada Hashanya. Verse 33. Shalasha Gabaim Mashaquadium Bakwana Ha'akad Kapathar Waparak Washalasha Gabaim, Basha Quadium, Bakwana, Ha'akad, Kapathar, Waparak, Khan, Lashashath, Haquanium, Hayatazayam, Mun, Haquanara. Verse 34. Waba Manara, Arabai, Gabaayam, Mashaquadium, Kapatharia, Wapa Rathkia, Waparakia. 35. Wakapathar, the Kath, Shanya, Haquanium, Mamana, Wakapathar, the Kath, Shanyam, Haquanium, Mamana, Wakapathar, the Kath, Shanya, Haquanium, Mamana, Lashashath, Haquanium, Hayataza Ayam, Mun, Hamanara. Verse 36. Kapathariahum, Wakwannatham, Mamana, Yahayawa, Kala, Makwasha, Akath, Zahab, Tahawor. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 25 and verse 30 in English. And thou shalt set upon the table showbread before me always. Verse 31. And thou shalt make a candlestick of pure gold, of beaten work shall the candlestick be made. His shaft and his branches, his bowl, his knops, and his flowers shall be of the same. Verse 32. And 6 branches shall come out of the sides of it, 3 branches of the candlestick out of one side, and 3 branches of the candlestick out of the other side. 3 bowls made like unto almonds, with a knot and a flower in one branch, and 3 bowls made like almonds in the other branch, with a knot and a flower so in the branches that come out of the candlestick. Verse 34. And in the candlestick shall be 4 bowls made like unto almonds, with their knops and their flowers. 35. And there shall be a knop under 2 branches of the same, and a knop under 2 branches of the same, and a knop under 2 branches of the same, according to the 6 branches that proceed out of the candlestick.
What I don't understand, they say we ain't got no skills, Giannis. They say we ain't got no craftsmanship. This is pure craftsmanship right here. This is instructions from the Lord, you know what I mean, on making what he's building look glorious, man. This is glorious. You know what I mean? He's letting them know down to the type of designs he want on each side, how he want this design to look the same way on the other side. Like this right here, you know what I mean? To hell with what any oppressor ever, you know what I mean, you've ever heard any oppressor trying to say that they taught us skills during slavery. Man, what type of nonsense is that, man? That's a bold-faced lie. We reading it right here in the Bible.
That's right.
We reading it right here in the Old Testament, man. This is skills. We've always had skills, man. We've never needed them for nothing, man. That's a trick they play to make us feel as though we need them for any damn thing. We don't need them for nothing. We've never needed them for nothing. You know what I mean? If we want to learn how to steal, kill, and destroy, we'll call you. You know what I mean? But other than that, we don't need you for nothing, man. You know what I mean? Salaki, read on.
Verse 36. Their knops and their branches shall be of the same, and it shall be of one beaten work of pure gold.
I can imagine how you know what I mean, how hard, how long it took to mold and manufacture pure gold. Because it can't be solid while you're doing that. It's got to be in a liquid state, a lucrative state. Like, come on, man. You want to tell me we ain't got skills?
With tools like that's probably machine made.
You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? They was building that, you know, with hand and, you know, of course they had tools, but good night. You just imagine, man. You want to tell me we ain't got no skills, man? We don't need them for nothing, man.
They gonna find out how much skills.
You know what I mean? Go ahead,
this is the book of Exodus, chapter 25 and verse 37 in the Hebrew. What I shiath, ath, narathia, shabai, waha ath, narathia, waha ayar al, ibar, panya. Verse 38. Wama kwakia. Wama kwatathia. Zahab tahawor. And verse 39. Kakar Zahab Tahawor Ya Aisha Atha Ath Kal Hakolium Ha Allah. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 26, and verse 1 in the Hebrew. Wa'ath Hamashakan the Aishar Yaraya Aith Shasha Mashazar Watha Kalath Wa'a Ragamun Watha La'aith Shanya Karabium, Ma'aisha, Kashab, the Aisha, Athum. Verse 2. Arak, Hayaraya Ai, Ha'athath, Salakia, Ha'akath, Shamana, Wa'aisharium. Ba'ama, Wara, Kab, Arabai, Ba'ama, Hayaraya Ai, Ha'akath, Mada, Akath, Lakal, Hayaraya Aith. Verse 3. Kamash, Hayaraya Aith, the Hayayun, Kabarath, Asha, Al, Akatha, Wakamash, Yara Aith, Kabarath, Ashar, Al, Akatha. Yeah. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 25, and verse 37 in English. And thou shalt make 7 lamps thereof, and they shall light the lamps thereof, and they may give light over against it. And the tongues thereof, and the snuff dishes thereof shall be pure gold. 39. Of a talent of pure gold shall he make it with all these vessels. And look that thou make them after their pattern, which was showed thee in the mount. He got the blueprint from the Most High. The book of Exodus, chapter 26, and verse 1. Moreover, thou shalt make the tabernacles with 10 curtains of fine twined linen, and blue and purple and scarlet, and with cherubims of cunning work shalt thou make them. Verse 2. The length of one curtain shall be 28 cubits, and the breadth of one curtain 4 cubits, and every one of the curtains shall have one measure. Verse 3. The 5 curtains shall be coupled together one to another, and other 5 curtains shall be coupled one to another. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 26, and verse 4 in the Hebrew. Wa I shiath lala'ath hakalath al shapath hayaraya I ha'akath makwaza a matsalakia makwaza makwataza bakabarath wakan the Aisha Bashapath Hayaraya I Hakwaya Tazo Wanna Bama Kabarath Hashanyath. Verse 5. Kamashiam Lala'ath the Aisha Bayaraya I Akath Wakam Mashiam Lala Ath the Aisha Bakwataza Bakwataza Hayaraya I Ashar Bama Kabarath Rath Hashanyath Makwa Bayalath Halolaath Lalaath Asha Al Akatha. Verse 6. Wa Aishiath Kamashiam Quarashia Zahab Wakabarath Ath Hayaraya Aith Asha Al Akatha Bakarasium Wahaya Hamashakan Akkad. Verse 7. Wa Aishiath Yara Aith Isayam La Ahal. No, Salakia. La Ahal Al Hama Shakan Aishiath Aishara Yaraya Aith the Aisha Athum. Verse 8. Arak Hayara'ai Ha'apath Ha'akath Salakia Shalashiam Ba'ama Rarakab Arabai Ba'ama Hayaraya Ai Akath Mada Akath La Aishiathia Aishara Uriah Ith. Verse 9. Wakabarath Ath Kamash Hayariah Ith Labad Wa'ath Shasha Hayariah Ith Labad Wakabalath Ath Hayariah Ith Shashiath Al Mawal Panya Akol Salakia Ahol. Verse 10. Wa'aishiath Hamashiam Lala'ath Al Shapath Hayaraya Ai Ha'akath Hakwaya Tazana Bakabarath Wakamashiam Lala'ath Al Shapath Hayariah Ai Hakabarath Hashanyath. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 26 and verse 4 in English. And thou shalt make loops of blue upon the edge of the one curtain from the selvage in the coupling, and likewise shalt thou make in the uttermost edge of another curtain in the coupling of the second. Verse 5. 50 loops shalt thou make in the one curtain, and 50 loops shalt thou make in the edge of the curtain that is in the coupling of the second, that the loops may take hold one of another. Verse 6. And thou shalt make 50 taches of gold, and couple the curtains together with the taches or taches, or whatever, and it shall be one tabernacle. Verse 7. And thou shalt make curtains of goat's hair to be a covering upon the tabernacle. 11 curtains shalt thou make. The length of one curtain shall be 30 cubits, and the breadth of one curtain 4 cubits.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you know we are a cursed people, man, because we never needed to go to school to learn any of these things. You understand? But us disobeying the Lord, now we under the foot and neck of this oppressor. We have to pay people to learn these type of skills now. Skills that were just given to us by the Lord. We have to now go to school and pay someone to teach us how to be a carpenter. You gotta pay someone to teach us, you know what I mean, how to learn all these measurements and how to understand these things that were just given to us from the Lord, man. This is why we got to come back to our power, man. That's why we got to come back to the truth, because in disobeying the Lord, we are now subservient to animals, man, to children. You know what I mean?
If I may, real quick. Like during the turn of the 20th century, W.E.D. Du Bois and what was the other brother's name? Well, they was debating, because coming up out of slavery, we had all the skills.
Right.
We had all the skills. And one of the brothers, I'm trying to think of his name. I can see his face. But he wanted us to maintain our skills and be the labor force. But that was the way to build the nation. That was the argument. Well, W.E.D. Du Bois wanted us to just become academics and learn and go to school and be, intellectuals and stuff like that. And most of the people went with W.E.D. Du Bois, and subsequently we lost all the skills. And that's when they made the trade unions to keep us out shortly thereafter. That's history you can look up.
And now they got patents on everything.
Yeah. You know, and everything they learned from us. Because if you hear what we're reading to you, these are intricate, high level skills.
That's
man.
what I'm talking about. Better tell me on this, huh?
That's it.
Better tell them this ain't no, elementary school stacking blocks on top of blocks, man. This is craftsmanship. You know what I mean? Like this on the highest level. This is amazing, man. You know what I mean? No schooling, no schooling, no college tuition needed to be paid. None of that, man. Just what? Just orders from the Lord. That's it. Directions. Following directions from the Lord, man. The Lord gave us the blueprint to be successful. You know what I mean? What you brought out was heavy. You know what I mean? Because which further proves that what? We can't make no deals with this oppressor, man.
At all.
We can't join with them in no type of way, shape, or form because they take what we got and then, use some political scheme to prove as far as why, or even though, you got the skills and you taught us this, our format and how we put it together, it's more politically correct and it just looks better and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Some nonsense. You understand what I'm saying? And the type of measurement you use, it doesn't really equate to this. Some, whatever they want to use, like when you listen to the oppressor talk, he's a smooth criminal for real, man. He make it sound so good, and you be like, you right. You know what I mean? Just win you over, man. But really, he's a damn devil. You know what I mean? We don't need them for nothing. We read in the Bible right now. We never needed them for nothing, man. You understand? Not a damn thing. The problem is like what you bringing out. We don't know history. You know what I mean? Like what you brought out, Zevin. I gotta look into that myself. You know what I'm saying? We don't know history, man. We don't know where we come from. We don't know, what we've given up. You know what I mean? That's why they fight so hard to stop teaching about slavery and stop teaching about Black history in school, because they want it to be a point in time with a Black child is born into this place, never knowing the oppression of America, man. Never knowing what America has put us through. And what do you make by doing that? A perfect slave. You make a perfect slave. So a child who doesn't know where they come from and what their ancestors have gone through and understand they living under a beast, he's going to grow up to be a perfect slave. He's going to love master and not understand why them crazy Negroes on the corner are so upset, because he'd never been taught the truth. He never been taught, reality and how this world works, man. You know what I mean? It's like, what you about to say?
I just want to say, if I may, sir, is that it's ignorant for us to think that we see how these people treat us today, and to think that when they had absolute power over us, that they were benevolent or good to us, man. It is absolutely ignorant. I even want to say it's insane to think that these people, but they're going to try to convince us that they absolutely were benevolent to us and gave us skills and brought us into civilization, where we had civilization before they even came on the earth. And one more thing, sir, if I may.
Yeah, please.
Whatever skill a brother had, like, let's say Mahayar's father was a goldsmith. Mahayar was a goldsmith.
Exactly.
My father was a carpenter. I'm a carpenter. That's how it worked, man. You understand what I'm saying? So don't think for a second, you understand, that we was roaming around Africa for almost 1,500 years without skills. That is absolutely insanity right there. How the hell you think we survived among them heathen, man? Think about it. Verse 11, and thou shalt make 50 taches of brass, and put the taches into the loops, and couple the 10th together, that it may be one. And the remnant that remaineth of the curtains of the tent, like half the curtain that remaineth, shall hang over the backside of the tabernacle. Verse 13. And wait a minute. Yeah, Salakia, sir. No, 11. We read 10. The water, sir. Most High Christ. The book of Exodus, chapter 26, and verse 11. Yeah. I'm getting ahead of myself. But Ishiath, Karasia, not Kashath, Hamashiam, Wa Ishiath, Karashia, Salakia, not Kashath, Hamashayim, Hamashiam, Salakia, Wahaba'ath, Ath, Hakwas, Rasium, Balalath, Balalaath, Salakia, Balalaath, Wakabarath, Ath, Ha'ahol, Wahaya, Akkad. Verse 12. Sarath, Ha'idap, Bayaraya Ai, Ha'ahal, Katazaya, Hayaraya Ai, Ha'idapath, Thasarath, Thasarak, Al, Akaria, Hamashakun. Verse 13. Waha ama mazah. Waha ama mazah. Ba'aidap. Ba'arak or araka. Yara'ai. Yara'aith. Ha'ahol Yahaya. Sarawath Al Tazadia Hamashakun Mazah Wamazah Lakasathwa. Verse 14. Wa Aishiath Makasa La Ahol Irath Ayalam Ma'adamya Salakia Ma'adamyum Wamakasa Irath Vakashium Malama'ila. Salakia Yabashim al Shabrakata. Verse 15. Aishiyath Ath Hakorashium Lamashakun Aitazaya Shatium Imadium. Verse 16. Aishar Amawath Araka Hakorash Wa Ama Wa Katazaya Ha'ama Rakab Hakorash Ha'akad. Verse 17. Shathia Yadawath La Korash Ha'akad Mashalabath Asha Al Akatha Khan Tha Aisha Lakal Korashia Hama Shakun. 18, the last one. Verse 18. Wa Aishiyath Ath. 11. Start at 11. Yeah. 17 was the last one. Okay, so let's go back to 11. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 26, verse 11 in English. Thou shalt make 50 taches of brass and put the taches into the loops and couple them together that it may be one. Verse 12. And the remnant that remaineth of the curtains of the tent, the half curtain that remaineth shall hang over the tabernacle of the backside of the tabernacle. Verse 13. And a cubit on the one side and a cubit on the other side of that which remaineth in the length of the curtains of the tent. It shall hang over the sides of the tabernacle on this side and on that side to cover it. Verse 14. And thou shalt make a covering for the tent of ram skin, dyed red, and a covering above of badger skin. Verse 15. And thou shalt make boards for the tabernacles of shittim wood, standing up. 10 cubits shall be the length of a board, and a cubit and a half shall be the breadth of one board. 10 cubits is about 18 feet, something like that. Because a cubit is 18 inches, right? A cubit is the length of from a man's elbow to the tip of his fingers, approximately 18 inches. So we're talking about 10 of those. So that's like, well, I can't get the math right. Let me shut up. So
it's no big.
Yeah.
It's Paul and glorious.
Yes, sir. I mean, this is a tent. You understand? It's like a big tent with beautiful curtains covering the outside and gold and beautiful furs. I mean, come on, man. We ain't never seen nothing like that in our life.
At all, man.
Cut it out now.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's even crazier. Like, I already know, like, if we were to dive into it, you know what I mean, and go and look up all these types of measurements and these terms that we're reading, you know what I'm saying? Esau mimics all of this, or at least in the best way that he can, because, of course, anything that he puts his hands on could never be as glorious as, you know what I'm saying, priests and prophets, you know what I'm saying, or the Israelites putting their hands on, man. You know what I'm saying? But there's no way he doesn't mimic, you know what I'm saying, all of this glory in this Bible, man.
And the thing about it is, if I may, sir, is when you see them mimicking us, remember they stole it.
Exactly.
They stole it.
Exactly.
You understand? I mean, officer, brain block. Thabawan, Officer Thabawan used the word. I'm trying to think of the word for it's a nice word for saying they stole something.
Oh, man. You gotta live with that. Thabawan put us okay with the words, man. You know what I mean?
I can't remember the word.
Come back to you.
You know, but yeah, they stole everything, man. Like, I remember, if I may, when I was a kid, I used to watch these movies about gladiators and Romans, and they used to have these curtains, these big curtains in the palace, you know. So when I'm reading this, I know where they got it from.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're thieves and they only come to steal and to kill. Salaki. Verse 17. The two tenons shall be in one board, set in order one against another. Thus shalt thou make for all the boards of the tabernacle. Okay, so now that was it. 17. Okay, so this is the book of Exodus, chapter 26 and verse 18 in the Hebrew. Aishiyath, Ath, Hakarashiam, Lamashakhan, Aishariam, Quarash, Lapa'ath, Nagaba, Vayamana. Verse 19. Rabayim, Adunya, Kasap, the Aisha, the Kath, Aisharium, Hakarash, Shunya, Adunyam, the Kath, Hakarash, Ha'akad, Lashathia, Yadathiawa, Washunya, Adunyam, the Kath, Hakarash, Ha'akad, Lashathia, Yadathiawa. Verse 20. Walatazala'ai, Hamashakun, Hashanyath, Lapa'ath, Tazapun, Tazawup, Tazapawan, Aisharium, Quarash. Verse 21. Wa Arabayam, Adunyahum, Kasap, Shanya, Adunyam, Thakath, Hakwarash, Ha'akad, Washanya, Adunyam, Thakath, Hakwarash, Ha'akad. Verse 22. Walaya Rakathia, Hama Shakun, Yama, the Aisha, Shasha, Quarashium. Verse 23. Washanya, Quarashium, the Aisha, Lama Quatazaith, Hamashakun, Bayarakathium. 24. Okay. Verse 24. Waya Hayawa, the Mariam, Malamata, Waya Kadwa, Yahayawa, the Mayam, Al Ra'ashawa, Al Taba'ith, Ha'akath, Khan, Yahaya, Shanyahum, Lashanya, Hamakwataza'ith, Yahayawa. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 26 and verse 18 in English. And thou shalt make the boards of the tabernacle 20 boards on the south side southward. Verse 19, and thou shalt make 40 sockets of silver under the 20 boards, 2 sockets under one board for his 2 tenons, and 2 sockets under another board for his 2 tenons. Verse 20, and the second side of the tabernacle of the north side, there shall be 20 boards. And number 21, and there are 40 sockets of silver, 2 sockets under one board and 2 sockets under the other board. And for the sides of the tabernacle westward, thou shalt make 6 boards. Salakia, if I may. So this is a huge tent that's being assembled, but it's made to be taken apart and moved. If you read in between the lines, you can take it apart and move it. It's not a permanent dwelling. This is magnificent. And verse 22, and for the size of the tabernacle westward, there shall make 6 boards. And 2 boards shalt thou make for the corners of the tabernacles in the 2 sides. Verse 24, and they shall be coupled together beneath, and they shall be coupled together above the head of it unto one ring. Thus shall it.
No, you too wild. If I could, like, this is heavy, man, because the more and more you read these scriptures, the more and more it makes you embrace the fact that all the credit has to go to the Lord, man. You understand? And the oppressor changing history, you know what I mean, hiding every damn thing, deceiving us. It takes away the true knowledge of us knowing where all this comes from, man. To the point where now we idolize and look at him like he's the creator of any goddamn thing when he ain't made nothing. The oppressor ain't made a damn thing on this earth, man. You understand? He is a thief. He is a vagabond. You know what I mean? And we idolizing him because he's put himself, you know what I mean? He in his he all rich and famous, and he's the one you see on the TV, owning all the companies behind the scenes. You know what I mean? When you break down these scriptures, he ain't make a goddamn thing, man. We had everything we needed. Everything we ever needed, man. You understand? We didn't learn a damn thing from the oppressor about how to steal, kill, and destroy. That's it. You know what I mean? That's it.
Salakia. This devil stole the native Indians' land, and then the same devils were allowed to pay $5 to claim that they was native. They created a program that you could pay $5 and claim to be a native and get free land. Now, come on now. We ain't forgetting anything in here, brother. You forget. The scripture says, remember the days old. Don't forget nothing, man. Understand what I'm saying? Because whatever you forget was once part of your knowledge.
That's right.
Christ.
That's right. And if I could, I'm saying I not to ponder on it, but the audacity, man, of them to tell us to forget our history, to forget where we come from. Oh, that was in the past. This was in the past. That was in the past. America hasn't forgotten anything anyone has done to them, man. They have not forgotten anything that anybody has done to them, man. You want to know why? What the hell did we learn about in history school? What did we learn about in history school, man? We learned about all of their wars, all of their trials and tribulations with what? With other white people, with the Chinese, with the Asians, with, you know what I'm saying, the Arabs, you know what I mean, with Palestinians. We learned about all their history and all their wars. World War I is in the past, but for some reason, I was born in 96 and I know about it. But I'm supposed to forget what's in the past, though. World War II was in the past. The Gulf War. All these wars were in the past, but for some reason, they still being taught in school. We're still learning about the history. You know what I'm saying? 9/11 was in the past, but for some reason, it's in the calendar, in every new calendar. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's a game being played on us, man. You're never supposed to forget your history, man. That's how you know what the hell you're fighting for. That's how you know what you stand for. That's how you're able to have pride in something, man. You know, so you ask anybody who's, you know what I mean, in a position like, even when you think about like sports players always look like a good example. You know what I mean? With sports players, you ask them, they say why they do what they do. And what are they gonna say? They're gonna say, "Oh man, I learned from Reggie Bush. It was some I learned from my father, yada yada," and that's what instills something in them to keep going. Something from the past. You know what I mean? Something they may have seen on TV that becomes a past, but sticks with them forever, man. You know what I mean? Like, your past is important, man. So, like, go ahead, Mike.
Hey, Salakia, what my Adawan is bringing out is heavy, because what he just said is very important, because what they're trying to steal from you is your spirit.
That's right. Damn right. That's it.
That's what they're trying to steal from you. They're trying to steal your spirit. You understand? And make you some kind of docile, weak animal that they could herd you around and make you look like you're a beast when they're the beast.
You know what I mean? Which is what they've done, man. I see brothers we grow up in these ghettos and these barrios and these reservations, man. And we out here in the streets, gang banging, doing all this stuff, all knows what. If we knew where we came from, man, if we knew our lineage, if we knew the power that loves us, man, you know what I mean, that gave us this blueprint, that gave us this Bible, if we knew what was ours, man, come on, man. Man, the black community be fixed overnight, man. But we've been indoctrinated to believe that we come from nothing. We think that our past is nothing. So what? Now we gotta make our own future. You know what I mean? We gotta break the chains. You understand? But we come from royalty, man. This royalty, you know what I mean? flows. It's royal blood flowing through our veins, man. You know what I'm saying? We are a special, peculiar people, man. And when you come into the Israelite school, Universe of Practical Knowledge under Command Jenny Yohana, you learn to take pride in that, man. You learn to take pride in that and embrace that you are the greatest people on the face of the earth, and ain't nobody better than you, man. According to God. You understand? That's something we have to learn to embrace, man. You know what I mean? We shouldn't feel helpless and shouldn't feel worthless when we have the greatest power ever on our side, man. You know what I mean? So like I ain't trying to punk.
Most High in Christ, verse 25. Wahayawa, Shemana, Horashium, Wa Adunyahum, Kasap, Shasha, Ishar, Adunyam, Shunya, Adunyam, Bakath, Hakorash, Ha'akad, Washunya, Adunyam, Bakath, Bakwarash, Ha'akad. Verse 26. Wa Aishathia, no, Wa Aishiath, Barayahum, no, Barayahum, Aitazaya, Shatium, Hamasha, La Korashia, Tazalai, Hamashakun. Verse 27. Wakamasha, Bariyahum, La Korashia, Tazalai, Hamashakun, Hashanya, Wakamasha, Bariyahum, La Korashia, Tazalai, Hamashakun, Laya Rakathium, Lama Laya Rakathium, Yama. Verse 28. Wahab Bariyath, Athayakun, Bathawaka, Aquarashium, Mabarak, Man, Hakwataza, Al Hakwataza. Verse 29. Wa'ath, Hakarashium, Tazapa, Zahab, Wa'ath, Taba Aithiahum, the Aisha, Zahab, Bathium, Labarayahum, Wataza Payath, Ath, Habariahum, Zahab. Verse 30. Wahakwamath, Ath, Hamashakan, Kamashapatwa, Ashar, Haraayath, Bahar. Verse. We started 24, so 30. Yeah, we 26. We started at 25, 24, 24. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 26, verse 25 in English. And they shall be 8 boards in their sockets of silver, 16 sockets, 2 sockets under one board and 2 sockets under another board. Verse 26. And thou shalt make bars of shittim wood, 5 for the boards of the one side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the boards of the other side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the boards of the side of the tabernacle for the 2 sides. 28. And the middle bar in the midst of the board shall reach from end to end. 29. And thou shalt overlay the boards with gold, and make their rings of gold for their places for the bars, and thou shalt overlay the bars with gold. Verse 30. And thou shalt rear up the tabernacles according to the fashion thereof, which was showed unto thee in the mount. This is the book of Exodus. Oh, they brought it back? Okay, most on correct. The book of Exodus, chapter 26 and verse 31 in the Hebrew. Wa Aishiath, Parakath, Hakalath, Wa Ara Bamun, Wa Ara I gotta learn this word. Wa Aragaman, Wa Aragaman, Watha Wala Aith, Shunya, Washash, Mashazar, Ma Aisha, Kashab, Ya Aisha, Atha, Karabium. Verse 32. When Atha, Atha, Al, Arabai, I'm a Wadia, Shatium, Mata Zapayam, Zahab, Wawa Yaham, Zahab al Arabai, Adunya Kasap. Verse 33. When Athatha, Ath, Haparakath, Hakath, Hakwarasium, Hakarasium, Wahabaath, Shema, Abiath, La Parakath, Ah, Arawan, Ha'ai Dawath, Wahabadiala, Haparakath, Lakam, Bayan, Hakodash, Wabayan, Kodash, Hakodashium. Verse 34. Wanathath, Ath, Hakaparath, Al, Arawan, Ha'aidath, Kodash, Hakodashium. Verse 35. Washamath, Ath, Hashalakan, Makawataza, La Parakath, Wa'ath, Hamanara, Nakak, Hashalakan, Al, Tazalai, Hamashakan, Bayamana, Wahashalakan, Thun al Tazalai, Tazapawan. Verse 36. Wa Aishiath, Masaka, Lapathak, Ha'Allah, no, Ha'ahol, the Kalath, Wa'aragaman, Wa'hagaman, Wa'aragaman, Wa'haragaman, Hatha, Wala'ais, Shanya, Washash, Mashahar, Ma'aisha, Waquam. Verse 37. Wa'aishiath, Lama Saka, Hamasha, Ima Wadia, Shatium, Watazapayath, Athum, Zahab, Wawa Yahum, Zahab, Wayatazakwath, Lahum, Kamasha, Adunya, Lakashath. Okay, this is the book of Exodus, chapter 26, and verse 31 in English. And thou shalt make a veil of blue and purple and scarlet and fine twined linen of cunning work. With cherubim shall it be made. And thou shalt hang it upon your pillars of shittim wood overlaid with gold. Their hooks shall be of gold, and their four sockets of silver. Verse 33. And thou shalt hang up the veil under the taches, that thou mayest bring in thither the veil and the ark of the testimony, and the veil shall abide unto you between the holy place and the most holy. Verse 34. And thou shalt put the mercy seat upon the ark of the testimony in the most holy place. Verse 35. And thou shalt set the table without the veil and the candlestick over against the table in the side of the tabernacle toward the south, and thou shalt put the table on the north side. Verse 36. And thou shalt make an hanging for the door of the tent of blue and purple and scarlet and fine twined linen wrought with needlework. Verse 37. And thou shalt make for the hanging 5 pillars of shittim wood and overlay them with gold, and their hooks shall be of gold. And thou shalt cast 5 sockets of brass for them. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 27, in verse 1 in the Hebrew. Ishiyath, Hamazabak, Itazayah, Shatium, Kamash, Amawath, Arakah, Wakamash, Amawath, Rahab, Rabawai, Yahaya, Hamazabak, Washalash, Amawath, Kwamathwa. Verse 2. By Ishiath, Qaran Nathiawa, Al Arabai, Punyathayawa, Salakia Panathiawa, Mamanwa, Sahayayun, Quara Nathiawa, Latazapayath, Afwa, Nakash, Nakashat. Verse 3. Wa Aishiyath, Sayarathiawa, Ladash Nawa, or Ladashanwa, Vaya Ayawa, Lama Zarakat, Wama Zarakathiawa, Lama Zalagathiawa, Wama Kathathiawa, the call Kolyawa. The Aisha Nakashath. Verse 4. The Aishiath Lawa. Makabar. Ma Aisha Rasha Nakashath. The Aishiath Al Harashath. Arabai Tabayath Nakashath Al Arabai Quataza Wathiawa. Verse 5. When a Fa Afa the Kath Karakab Hamazabak Malamata Wahayatha Harashath Aid Katazaya Hamazabak. Verse 6. Wa'aishiyath. We started at verse 1. 6 should be the last. Wa'aishiyath. Okay, 7 for that. Badium Lama Zabak Badya Aitazaya Shaktium Watazapayat Atham Nakasha. Verse 7. Waha Waba'a Af Badyawa Bataba'ais Wahayan no Wahayawa Habadium Al Shatia Tazala'ais Hamazabak Basha'af Afwa. This is the book of Exodus chapter 27 and verse 1 in English. And thou shalt make an altar of shittim wood, 5 cubits long and 5 cubits broad. The altar shall be 4 square, and the height thereof shall be 3 cubits. Verse 2. And thou shalt make the horns of it upon the 4 corners thereof. His horn shall be the same, and thou shalt overlay it with brass. Verse 3. And thou shalt make his pans to receive his ashes, and his shovels, and his basins, and his flesh hooks, and fire pans. All the vessels thereof thou shalt make of brass.
Actual brass? No. Everything we do now with stainless steel. Yeah. Or cast iron.
You know, even as a kid.
Yeah.
I would remember something like that.
Yeah.
You know, because I guess it's expensive.
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
But it must be excellent cookware.
Yeah. And the Lord, the Lord told us to build any goddamn thing. You know, in today's time, it's expensive as I don't know what.
Right. Oh, bad. I love it, boy. I love it, man. I love being an Israelite, man.
Damn right.
Is
As we should.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I mean? Why should we be ashamed or sad to claim what's ours, man? America wave that damn flag in our face every day, man. Proud to be American. Proud to be who they are, man. What the hell are we proud to be, man? Slaves? We proud to be the thugs and the killers in this place. You know what I mean? Nah, man. We gotta take pride in who we are, man. You can't run from who you are. You are the seed of your father. You know what I mean? If you black, Hispanic, and American, man, you come from a royal bloodline, man. We royalty. You should be proud to be an Israelite, man. Proud. You understand?
Verse 5, and thou shalt put it under the compass of the altar beneath, that the net may even to the midst of the altar. Verse 6, and thou shalt make staves for the altars, staves of shittim wood, and overlay them with brass. And the stave shall be put into the rings, and the stave shall be upon the two sides of the altar to bear it.
You understand? All right. So you're saying we're gonna clip it up right there. Right, the book of Exodus chapter 26 and verse 7. So next week we'll pick up at Exodus chapter 26 and verse 8. You know what I'm saying? Keep bringing out this truth, man. Keep bringing out our history and you know what I'm saying, further proving that we are the greatest people on the face of the earth. And we've never needed the oppressor for a damn thing. We've never needed no other nation for nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? The more and more we read this Bible, dive into these scriptures, you know what I'm saying, we just further, you know what I'm saying, prove and further learn that everything that they've taught us is a damn lie. You know what I mean? It's a lie, man. You know what I'm saying? But Lord allow, you know what I'm saying, next week we'll pick it up right there. Just gonna clip it up. So just up here, Amadium. So Amadium, we stand. Wapan Yakodam. We drive the face east. We start off with the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew.
Abanawa,
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim,
Shabbat Shemayim.
Wadash,
Wadash.
Hayah,
Hayah.
Shemka,
Shemka.
Yahweh,
Awa.
Malakwaka,
Malakwaka.
Taba'ah,
Taba'ah.
Ratazayaka,
Ratazayaka.
Hayah,
Hayah.
Aisha,
Aisha.
Ba'arataza,
Baratiza.
Kawa,
Kawa.
Hayah,
Hayah.
Bashemayim,
Bashemayim.
Nathanawa,
Lathanawa.
Lakam,
Lakam.
Cow,
Cow.
Yawum,
Yawum.
Wasalaknawa,
Wasalaknawa.
Kabawafnawa,
Kabawafnawa.
Kasalaknawa,
Kasalaknawa.
Kabawafyanawa,
Kabawatinawa.
Wala'ah,
Wala.
Tabi'ayanawa,
Tabiayinawa.
Manasaya 1,
Manasaya 1.
Abol,
Abol.
Awashayanawa,
Abishayinawa.
Mayan,
Mayan.
Rad,
Rad.
Kaya,
Kaya.
Laka,
Laka. Kamalakwa.
Ha'ala,
Waha'ala. Wahatapara.
Iwalamyam,
Iwalamyam.
Aman.
Aman. In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it.
Prayer for the power of Hakak in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
By Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Baba Kashah.
Baba Kashah.
Nathan Lanawa.
Lathandanawa.
Hakak.
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 The Para'ah.
Lar Pa'ah.
Cow Makala.
Kal Makala.
Wakal Madawa.
Wakal Manawa.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Latahar.
Latahar.
Ha Matazarayam.
Hamatazarayim.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Lahakwi.
Lahakwiyam.
Hamathi.
Hamatyam.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Al Rarakawa.
Arakar Wap.
Hatama'ala.
Hatama Allah.
Lagarashan.
Lagarashan.
Bahashim Yahweh
By
Shai.
Hashem Yahweh Shah.
The water Aman.
The water Aman. In the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shah. Please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you, so be it.
Prayer for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Why Yahweh Shai.
Why Yahweh Shah?
Why Mayaka Allah.
Why Mayaka Allah?
Why Allahayim.
Why Alahayim?
Matazabaya.
Tazabiyah.
Alawapia Hana.
Alawapyahana.
Alawapium.
Alawapium.
Asaranyam.
Asaranyam.
Kotazayanyam.
Hakotazayayim.
Hakoya Yoyam.
Hakoyayoyim.
Wahakwatian.
Wahagwatian.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashim Yahweh
By
Shai.
Hashem Yahweh Shah.
The water Aman.
The water Aman. In the English, bless you, Yahweh,
Bless you, Yahweh.
and Yahweh Shah,
And Yahweh Shai.
and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yahana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you, so be it.
121st Psalm in the Hebrew. Aisha'ah.
Aisha,
Ayanya.
Ayanya,
Ahaharium.
Araharium,
Ma'ayan.
Mayan,
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah,
Isaiah.
Isaiah,
Isaiah.
Isaiah,
Ma'aim.
Ma'aim,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Aisha.
Aisha,
Shamayam.
Shemayam,
Wa'arataza.
Wa'arataza,
Aliyathan.
Aliyathan,
Lamawat.
Lamawat,
Ragalka.
Wagalka,
Alyanawam.
Aganawam,
Shamarka.
Shemorka,
Hanala'ah.
Hanala'ah,
Yanawam.
Yanawam,
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah,
Yayashun.
Dayashun,
Shawamar.
Shawamar,
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Shamarka.
Shemorka,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Tazalka.
Tazalka,
Aliyad.
Aliyad,
Yamyaka.
Yamyaka,
Yawamam.
Yawamam,
Hashamash.
Hashemash,
La'ah.
La'ah,
Yakaka.
Yakaka,
Wayarak.
Wayara,
Malayallah.
Malayala,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Yashamarka.
Yashemorka,
Makau Rai.
Makarai,
Yashamar.
Yashemor,
Athnapashka.
Atnapashka,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Yashamar.
Yashemor,
Tazaatka.
Tazaaka,
Waba Wa'atka.
Wabawa'aka,
Mayata.
Mayata,
Wa'aid. I will learn.
Wa'aid Abalam. In English, I will lift mine eyes into the hills, for which cometh my help. My help coming from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore.
83rd Psalm in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
El Dami Alaka.
Al Dami Alaka.
Al Takarash.
Al Takarash.
Wa Al Tashakwat.
Al Tashakwat.
Al
Al
Kayahana.
Ayahana.
Iwayabiaka.
Awayabiaka.
Yahama.
Yahama.
Yawan.
Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al Aimaka.
Al Aimaka.
Ya Ira Yamwa.
Awayamwa.
Sawada.
Sabada.
Wayata.
Wayata.
Ya Aitazawa.
The Aitazawa.
Al Tazapawanyaka.
Al Tazapawanyaka.
Amorwa.
Amorwa.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakakidam.
Wanakakidum.
Magoya.
Magoya.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Sham Yasha'ala.
Sham Yashala.
Iwada.
Iwada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Now Aitazawa.
Now Aitazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa.
Alyaka.
Alyaka.
Barayath.
Barayath.
Yakarathwa.
Yakarathwa.
Aholia.
Aholia.
Alawam.
Alawam.
Yashamai.
Yashemai.
Alayam.
Alayam.
Mawa'aba.
Mawa'aba.
Wahagaria.
Wahagorium.
Gabal.
Gabal.
I'm a one.
I am a one.
I'm a lot.
I am a lot.
Palasha.
Palasha.
I'm Yeshabia.
I am Yeshabia.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gam Ashawar.
Gam Ashawar.
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Imam,
Imam,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Zerawai,
Zerawai,
Labanya Lawat,
Labanya Lawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Aishalaham,
Aishalaham,
Kamadin,
Kamajin,
Kasaya,
Kasaya,
Sara'ah,
Sara'ah,
Kayabian,
Kayabian,
Banakal,
Banakal,
Payashwan,
Payashwan,
Nashamadwa,
Nashamadwa,
Ba'ayan,
Bayan,
Dara,
Dara,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Daman,
Daman,
La Adama,
La Adama,
Shayatamwa,
Sayatamwa,
Nada,
Nada,
Yabmawa,
Yabmawa,
Ka'arab,
Ka'arab,
Wakazaba,
Wakazaba,
Wakazabak,
Wakazabak,
Wakatazal,
Wakatazal,
Mana'ai,
Manai,
Kal Nisaya Kamwa,
Cal Nisaya Kamwa,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Naya Rashah,
Nayarashah,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Ah, Na'awa,
Nawa,
Alahayam,
Alahayim,
Alahaya,
Alahaya,
Shayatamwa,
Sayatamwa,
Kagogala,
Kagogala,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapanyarawaka,
Lapanyarabaka,
Ka'ash,
Ka'ash,
Tabi'ira,
Tabayaira,
Ya'ira,
Yaira,
Wakalahaba,
Wakalahaba,
Talahat,
Talahat,
Harayam,
Harayam,
Khan,
Khan,
Aradatma,
Daradatma,
Basa Irika,
Basa Irika,
Wabasa,
Wabasa,
Wapafka,
Wapathka,
Tabahalam,
Tabahala,
Mala'ah,
Mala'ah,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Kuala One,
Kuala One,
Wayabakwashwa,
Wayabakwashwa,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Wayabaholwa,
Wayabaholwa,
Aija Aij,
Aidyaid,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayadayawa,
Wayadayawa,
Kayata,
Kayatha,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Labadka,
Labadka,
Al Yawan,
Al Yawan,
Al Kal Ha'arataza,
Al Kaharataza. In the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, and the brook of Kisan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zeeb, yea, all their princes, as Abba and as Almunam, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood, and as a flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and trouble forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth.
We give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amajum Shabbat, Imajum, Barak, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatah.